Have you ever wanted to dress in a way that makes you feel like you've stepped into your own little personal fantasy world? Like your wardrobe isn't just something you put on in the morning, but a way of becoming someone else. The heroine, the muse, the main character. It's sort of like stepping into a more intentional and magical version of yourself. And that is my philosophy when I get dressed in the morning. And so today I have put together 9 Medievalcore / Fantasycore outfits, which are inspired by different fantasy character archetypes. Some of them are definitely a lot more wearable and easier to incorporate into my everyday life, while others are much more dramatic and borderline very extra. I will make sure to link everything that I can still find online in the description box below, and let's jump right into the outfits. Alright, so to start, this is an outfit that I'm calling the Druid Adventurer. It was inspired by Baldur's Gate, as well as the Instagram creator Tori Curbello, who makes the most beautiful and whimsical outfit videos. I chose to wear my hair natural for this look because, well, in my opinion, a Druid adventurer has no time for extensions. I started with this flowy light sage green dress. It has a soft V neckline, delicate lace trim details, and this airy handkerchief hem that already gives it a very natural, foresty feel. The dress felt a little plain on its own, so I added this waist belt, and I turned it around to make it fit more like a corset, and that instantly gave the dress a bit more shape and structure. It still needed something a little extra though, so I added this Viking and medieval inspired rope belt over top. I found it on Amazon, and I think it adds some much needed texture and detail. It really helps pull the outfit into more of something that I do think would belong in a fantasy. And then for jewelry, I added this gorgeous celestial necklace that I got off of Etsy. It has this beautiful, antique, almost mystical feeling to it, and I love the tiny little crescent moon detail that I think is perfect for a Druid adventurer. I paired it with these delicate gold hoops, these brown suede riding boots, and of course, the viral Free People duster that every whimsical girl needs in her closet. At the last minute, I also decided to pin my hair behind my ears to give it a slightly more elven vibe. Without the belts and corset detail, I think you could wear this dress to Trader Joe's or even the farmer's market. So in its simpler form, I would give it like a 7 out of 10 for wearability. I think it's quite whimsical, but it's also just a normal summer dress. However, with the 2 belts added, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. The next outfit is what I am calling the Moon Genie. And to make it feel a little bit more dramatic, I added this braided hair extension. I'm honestly so terrible at doing my own hair, and so as you watch the footage, you can see it slowly unravel by the end. There are these tiny little hairs just sticking out everywhere. But anyway, let's pretend that's not happening. So this entire look was styled around these blush pink pants that I found on Free People. I absolutely fell in love with them when I first saw them, but I had no idea how to style them. I love how dreamy they are and how romantic they are. And I will say, watching the footage back, I definitely need to get them tailored because they are a little bit too long for me. But yeah, it was a little bit of a challenge to style these. I had a hard time finding a shirt, so I decided that whatever shirt I would style it with would have to be delicate because the pants are so ornate. So I found this bralette in my closet, which I thought was perfect. It has these beautiful embroidered flowers, these scalloped edges, and the shape almost reminds me of a seashell. And then I added this soft macrame necklace. It's subtle enough that it doesn't quite overwhelm the outfit, but it's still unusual enough to make a statement. And then around my waist, I added this silver moon and star chain belt, and I think that's the detail that really transformed this look, and it pushed it fully into that fantasy category. For shoes, I went with these silver strappy sandals. I just thought that the heels, they looked like giant blocks of crystal, and they sort of connected everything together. For me aesthetically, found them very, very magical. I actually found them on Poshmark for $70, which is crazy because they are Marc Jacobs, and I think normally they'd be crazy expensive. So if you're ever looking for designer shoes, definitely check out Poshmark. And then finally, I layered this sheer cream shawl over everything. I just love how it drapes around the body and makes the whole outfit feel even softer and even dreamier. Without the braid and the moon belt, I think this is a really cute lounge outfit. I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10 for wearability. However, with all of the accessories, I think it's closer to like a 4 out of 10. But I will say I could still see myself wearing the complete look to a summer festival, or maybe a resort vacation somewhere, or a fantasy event, especially on a night where I want to feel a little extra magical. The next outfit is what I'm calling the Priestess of Apollo. It was inspired by the Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi, as well as Briseis in the movie Troy. She wasn't actually a priestess in the original mythology, but that is how she's portrayed in the film, and that was the version that I had in mind for this look. I kept my hair natural, but I added a few soft curls around my face. I was really inspired by how ethereal both Diane Kruger and Rose Byrne looked in the movie Troy, and I wanted to add some of that to this outfit. I started with this ivory asymmetrical dress. At first I thought it had more of a Game of Thrones adventurer feel to it, but once I put it on, the draped fabric and high-low hem reminded me much of those ancient Greek statues. So to style it, I added this delicate gold chain headdress, and I layered a circlet from Epona Valley over the top. This circlet reminded me of a Greek laurel crown, and I think that was the detail that really transformed the dress into more of something that was less wearable and kind of like an Athena cosplay. And then I wanted to add a few more details, so I added these little gold hoops and these 2 arm cuffs to sort of balance out the asymmetry. And then I added a gold belt with these little gold circles on it. And then I added gladiator sandals to tie everything together. So without the headpieces and arm cuffs, I'd probably give this a 6 out of 10 for wearability. I could see myself wearing it on vacation or maybe to a wine tasting, but with everything added, I'd probably give it more like a 4.5 out of 10 because it's definitely leaning towards a full-on Athena cosplay. So this next outfit is what I'm calling Dracula's Bride. I am obsessed with Dracula in almost every version, but I especially loved Dracula: A Love Tale that was released sometime last year. The yearning in that movie is just, so good. This look was definitely loosely inspired by Zoe Blue's portrayal, along with Winona Ryder and Monica Bellucci in Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's definitely not based on one specific costume, but more of all of those actresses' essence, if that makes sense. I added a clip and extension to make my hair look a little longer and more fantastical, because I pictured Dracula's Bride having super thick and luxurious hair. The main centerpiece is this black velvet Free People dress that I found on sale on Nordstrom, and between the lace details, the slinky silhouette, and the velvet fabric, it already had such a moody, gothic feel to it, so I didn't feel like I needed to add too much. Next, I brought back this silver moon belt from earlier. I just love the way the chain drapes around the waist, and it makes the whole outfit feel more fantastical, and I feel like less of a traditional vampire costume. I then paired it with this silver crystal head chain just to add a little bit more drama. And looking back on the footage, I'm not sure if the belt and the headdress make the outfit slightly too much. They definitely push the outfit way further into the dramatic gothic medieval fantasy world, but that's okay. And since there was already so much happening due to the accessories, I didn't add any other jewelry, and I finished everything with these black strappy heels and this dramatic lace cover-up, which gives the whole outfit a bit more of this romantic haunted bride feel. Without the headpiece and belt, I would give it like a 6 out of 10 for everyday wearability. I probably wouldn't wear it casually. I think it definitely needs to be worn to a formal event, and a winter formal event would be perfect for it. But I will say, with all of the accessories, it's closer to like a 3 out of 10 or maybe a 4 out of 10 unless you're going to a fantasy event, or if you're feeling really bold and want to be extra dramatic, which sometimes I want to be. So this next outfit is what I'm calling the Woodland Witch. This was inspired by the kind of character I imagine living in a tiny cottage deep in the woods, gathering herbs from the forest and then turning them into healing potions and remedies. And it also just so happens to be the outfit that I'm wearing right now. I kept my hair natural for this look and started with this deep plum brown maxi dress from Free People. It has this beautiful flowy skirt and lace bell sleeves, delicate button details, and a tie front neckline. The whole dress just feels so earthy and romantic, but there's also something slightly mysterious about it that I really, really love. I added this brown lace headband that I had in my closet. I believe I bought it from Urban Outfitters. And then I added this beautiful amber pendant. I didn't have a necklace chain that looked quite right because I really wanted it to sit high up like a choker. So I ended up cutting a piece of brown leather and I used that instead. And honestly, I think that made it feel even more rustic, handmade, and magical. And then I added these amber earrings because I wanted to complement the amber necklace, but also amber just happens to be one of my favorite stones. I love the warmth and this like golden brown just earthiness that it brings to the outfit, and I think it's absolutely beautiful against this deep plum brown dress. And I paired the whole look with these brown leather sandals. I think I would give this outfit like a 7 out of 10 for everyday wearability. Hear me out, I know the plunging neckline and waist cutout are a little bold, but this dress just feels so summery and fun to wear. I do think I would wear it on an average day. The next outfit is what I'm calling the Red Priestess, and I think this might be the most Medievalcore look from the entire video. It was partially inspired by Melisandre from Game of Thrones due to all of the rich red tones and that mysterious sort of powerful vibe that it has. I built the outfit around this burgundy lace bodysuit from Thistle Inspire, which I completely fell in love with when I saw it for the first time. I love the sheer lace and the dotted mesh sleeves and the silver detailing. It already has such a dramatic and romantic feel to it. And then I paired it with this Free People skirt that happened to match the color almost perfectly, and together they made the outfit feel a lot more cohesive. But then I added this silver Tudor inspired girdle belt to define the waist and give it more structure, and I think that the belt made such a difference. It takes the outfit from pretty much something that I think looked okay to something that is much more elegant and medieval. So then I had fun with the jewelry. I added this incredible necklace from Shield Maiden's Jewelry on Etsy. This pendant is a silver Celtic witch's knot, which is traditionally associated with protection and warding off negativity. And honestly, you can never have too much of that. And then I finished the outfit with the silver heels from earlier, and I brought back the crystal headpiece from the Dracula's Bride look. I think that's the detail that really transforms the outfit into something more mystical and probably less wearable. So with the headpiece, I would give it like a 4 out of 10 for everyday wearability, unless you're heading to a medieval times or maybe a Renaissance fair or a fantasy event. Without it though, I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I could definitely see myself wearing this to a nice dinner or to a dramatic date night out. Editing Kashi here. I know some of these outfits are quite dramatic and a little outside of the box, but I think that's exactly what made this video so much fun to create. I am actively trying to encourage myself to wear the things I'm naturally drawn to out in the real world, even if they are far bolder than what maybe the ordinary person would choose. And I hope this video might inspire you to do the same in whatever way feels comfortable and true to you. I think we could all use a little more imagination and magic in our wardrobes, especially if it helps empower us to feel like the main character of our lives. Okay, so now back to the video. Okay, so I am calling this outfit the Sun Princess, and it was inspired by Princess Tamina from The Prince of Persia and also by Deja Thoris from John Carter. And honestly, neither of those movies were particularly amazing, but the costumes were absolutely stunning, and both of the princesses had such beautiful otherworldly style that I have always wanted to recreate. To start off this look, I added a hair extension that I got off of Amazon to give my hair a little bit more length and volume and to make everything feel that much more princessy. Okay, so for the base of this outfit, I paired this soft blush pink lace skirt from Free People with a pale pink crop top to keep everything relatively simple but still romantic and feminine. I think this outfit is very dependent on its accessories, and so I added this gold belt which is decorated with little tiny suns, which I think made everything feel more ornate and fantasy inspired. But the real statement piece, in my opinion, is this gorgeous snake necklace. It has this really nice delicate pink pendant, and I just love the detail it adds. It's very enchanting and almost mythological, and so I decided to pair that with a gold arm cuff and this circlet crown to make the whole outfit feel even more regal. And then my very last touch were these warm gold gladiator sandals. And for wearability, I think if I was feeling very bold, I would wear it out for sure, but I think the average person would probably give this like a 5 out of 10. It's fantastical, but not quite as crazy as something that I would wear to the Ren Fair. So next we have the Unicorn Rider. I imagine her as a fantasy equestrian who spends her days riding unicorns through enchanted forests. I brought back the extension braid because I wanted the outfit to feel even more fairy tale-like. I think I did a better job putting it in this time, although I definitely still need a lot of practice. I built the entire look around this top that I got from Black Milk. I absolutely love the print because it looks like a romantic Renaissance tapestry pulled straight out of some sort of amazing storybook. There was originally a matching skirt, but it was sold out, which was very disappointing. But I think it honestly worked out for the best because I think mixed with another bold print, the whole outfit would have felt a little bit too busy. But instead, I paired it with this moss green handkerchief skirt that I got off of Amazon. I love the uneven hem and the little lace panels, and I think it makes the look feel even more whimsical while allowing the unicorn print to be the main focus. For accessories, I added this green and gold moon necklace from Etsy along with these gold hoops with little crystals just to add a bit of extra sparkle. I finished everything with these dark brown lace-up boots that I thrifted from a really cute shop in Canada called Blueberry Moon. They are so incredibly comfortable and have become one of my most useful basics for building a fantasy outfit. So for everyday wearability, I would give this one like a 6 out of 10. I could see myself wearing it to a bookstore, an art museum, a botanical garden, or even a whimsical market, although I still think I would get a few curious glances. Okay. So the final look is what I'm calling the Shadow Sorceress. It was inspired by Isolde, the mysterious sorceress from the first season of The Last Kingdom. Have you ever seen that show? I've always thought it was really good and incredibly underrated. If you haven't, definitely check it out. I started with this royal blue Athena dress from the Royal Codes. It has this beautiful body skimming shape with these dramatic slits on the sides, and it's somehow both incredibly comfortable while also just being, really aesthetically pleasing, I think. But the real centerpiece of this outfit is this incredible necklace that I found on Etsy. I loved it so much that I built this entire outfit around it. It has this half sun symbol in the center, and I like to imagine that the missing half has been swallowed by darkness, which is where the whole Shadow Sorceress idea came from. But because the necklace has so many colors and textures and intricate details, it was a bit difficult to style. I think the simplicity of the dress gave it enough space to really stand out. I kept my hair natural and added this oxidized Danbury crown from Epona Valley. I love the aged gold finish because it makes the outfit feel more authentic and lived in, almost like these are old treasures that my character has collected during her travels. I also wanted to add a little bit more sparkle, so I added these star and moon earrings from Swarovski. I've always loved the combination of royal blue and antique gold, and this whole look reflects that. And then I added this sun detailed gold belt to help define the waist, and I finished everything with my tried and true brown suede boots. And so with the crown, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10 for everyday wearability because it definitely leans heavily into fantasy. But without it, I would give it like a 6. I could see myself wearing the simpler version on a beach vacation or out to dinner, or maybe even to the airport if I'm feeling a little daring. And those are the 9 Fantasycore / Medievalcore outfits that I created using pieces from my closet. I had so much fun putting these looks together, and I'm planning a part 2 with 9 more outfits very soon, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram at Cashaluna if you'd like to see more whimsical outfits, but also just pieces of my everyday life that I try to incorporate fantasy into. But before I go, I also wanted to start a small ritual at the end of each video. I'm going to leave you with a completely unrelated but hopefully interesting question that I have just been thinking a lot about lately, and hopefully we can talk about it together in the comments. So today's question is, if you had a magical remote, would you fast forward through the difficult parts of your life? So for example, would you skip through a hard workout or fast forward through something physically painful like maybe child labor? You wouldn't have to experience the discomfort, but you would also lose living in those moments completely. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think, and I can't wait to read your response in the comments. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.